Welcome to Computer Service Tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to learn what are variables in C programming. Variables are nothing but a name, just a name given to the part of memory. If you want this 4 byte, you cannot access it directly using an address because you don't know which 4 bytes you are utilizing for a purpose. So computer only knows it where it is allocated. So we just name a variable as a, b, so or whatever name we want. With respect to the variables, it is utilizing it. We are just modifying or manipulating the data using that variable. It's computer's job to resolve it address into the physical. Let's see our previous program. In this program we have just printed a single statement, but in modern programming it will not be the only task. We may have very complex calculations which require storage. To store a number we need integer data type. Integer a, and we can have float to store decimal variables. We can have character variable to store a single character, that is h is a single character, as well as a is a single character, like that. These three are the major data types which we use to declare variables. Int means integer. 1, 2, 3 and so on, all those things are integer. It may be negative also. Let's take it as memory, and each one box refers to 1 byte. If you declare int a, then this a refers to these 2 bytes. It will be contiguously allocated. And if you refer a float variable, then it is going to allocate 4 bytes of memory for this, because float is lengthy one, so it needs 4 spaces, that is 4 bytes. But for a character variable, let's take the character variable, it just has an ASCII value, which is 65 means, which you'll understand it later, what is ASCII code and all. This is a. It is stored in a form of an integer, but it only requires a single byte. Every character will be stored in a single byte. Then how come we are able to store a string, that is a word? If you have to store your name, let's take it our robot. If you want to save the string, we are going to save this every character in a sequence to call it a string. We'll call it as array and we'll deal with it later. Let's come to programming. We are going to program. We are going to use only integer. In later versions or later tutorials we can use all those things. In this tutorial we are going to perform an addition. This may be taken as default. First we have to get an input from the user, or you can assign it directly. In this, for a basic tutorial, we can assign it directly. We have integer variable, so you have to give an integer value only. It can be 5 but not 5.5. Can be 5. Keep it simple. Assign it a number, maybe 2. I am assigning 2. You are having no need to assign it to the same numbers. You can. They different numbers. C equal to, what we are going to do, we are just going to add or subtract. We are using the same operators that we use for mathematical calculations. This is a simple statement we often use in name of algebra. C equals A plus B. This means A and B are added, and this result of this operation will be stored in C. We have stored in C. Let's go and compare. It doesn't show me any error. It runs successfully, but what's the problem with this program? It has entered this line, then it has done this processing, but we are not getting any output because we are not outputting anything. We are just doing the program that is processed, but we don't output anything. If you want to output anything, you should use this printf statement to print what we need. Here we have not outputted anything, so there is no output in the output window. We have just printed this statement only. We have not printed anything, so we have to print what we have to print. In this program we get the output as C, so we have to print C. We have to give in double quotes what we have to print. That is the number we are going to print and what variable we are going to print. We are just going to print C because it's the output, it's the additional output. So why we are using this statement? Percentage D will be replaced by the value of this variable percentage D, that is modulus D. It refers to the address of the C variable and it stores the value in C, and it refers to the value in C and prints it on this statement. That is, the value is this percentage D is replaced by the value on C variable. Let's see the output in there. Just close it, compare and run. Yes, we are getting the output 7 at the end of the program. Let's do some formatting. We have just included in /n \n. It's often called escape sequence, and /n means, this escape sequence means new line character. After the end of this line, the output window will change into a new line. Let's close it. Let's compare it one. We are getting a new line. That's all. With this program we have got the output. If we change the input, let's take it as 10, then just to compare and run, we have got another output, and this is 10 to. For this particular purpose we are using variables. If it is given us a single without variable, we cannot do it. We cannot print it, we cannot manipulate it, we cannot do operations with those things, so that we are using variables. That's all about variables and data types. If you have any doubts or queries, you can ask in the comment section below, and there are some important links or books in the description. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe us.